Euphorbia is a massive genus of plants with I think over 2,000 members, and of which about less than half of them are actually succulents. And so I have a number of Euphorbia. I know I've talked about my Euphorbia obesa in the past and about how to tell male from female plants. Euphorbia have like every kind of plant you can imagine in it, from small annual plants all the way to long-lived tree-like forms and everything in the middle. So I do have a number of different Euphorbia in my little plant family, so I thought I would show you some of them. So let's start over here with this really tall guy. This I got from Home Depot, and it was labeled a Euphorbia sunrise, which if you Google it, it's actually most likely a hybrid of two different Euphorbia species, so I'll put it in the caption on what the mix is. But when I got this plant, it was about this tall, and since then you can see that it has practically doubled in size, and I've had this for, gosh, over a year now, I would say. And every year it flowers, these little yellow flowers. And I believe this is a male Euphorbia. So Euphorbia is interesting because maybe you've never heard of it. I never even knew Euphorbia existed until when I started this whole cactus craze. But most of us in North America, in the United States, have seen a Euphorbia at Christmas time. You know, when the holidays come by, maybe not only Christmas, but at Thanksgiving, and you see all those poinsettias everywhere. Poinsettias are Euphorbia. Anyway, behind this one, I have a Euphorbia trigonis rubra. And let's see, this one, if I didn't mention already, this one I got from Home Depot. This one came from a nursery local to Phoenix. I'll put the information below. I forgot off the top of my head. When I got it, it was probably maybe this tall, like where you see that marking over there. And since then, it's been probably also maybe a bit over a year, maybe a little less than that, and it has grown quite a bit. Although you can see some markings on it. I don't know what happened. If any of you have had this happen to them before, you see this almost like a scab type of thing show up. I don't know what that is. But when it first showed up, I thought it was done for, but it's still going. It does grow. These kind of more tree-like Euphorbia tend to grow quite fast. So over here I have a Euphorbia LACTEA white ghost, I believe, but it's crested. This one I also found at Home Depot, and I don't really pay much attention to it, but it seems to be doing fine. I think I might have picked this one up last winter, so I've had it for less than a year. And I just kind of water it whenever. It's planted in a very gritty mix, since this is a glazed pot, which doesn't dry out as quickly. And it's been doing fine. You can see there's some evidence of new growth. It flowers really weird. Euphorbia is one of those plants or genus where a lot of the succulent forms can often be mistaken as cactus. Euphorbia are not cactus. Some of them are succulents, especially the ones I show you here today, but they are not cactus. They are not from the Americas. I think they have thorns instead of spines, and their flowers are incredibly different from cactus flowers. And also, if you damage the plant, or if you cut it, or accidentally pick off a thorn or something, you'll see it bleeds this white latex, which is poisonous. Try not to touch that stuff, and do not touch your eyes if you touch that latex. Cactus do not have latex in them, but Euphorbia do. So over here I have, actually this is unidentified. This I bought as one of those little cactus bowls from Lowe's, where it was mixed with 2 or 3 other plants, and I took it out and just plopped it into this plastic pot. I don't know what it is. There were some suggestions from folks on Instagram, so I can put what they were guessing it is, but it's been doing fine. Over here I have 2 Euphorbia BUPLEURIFOLIAs. It's like a pine cone. This, can't remember which one was which, but one of them I got from the Desert Botanical spring or fall. Oh, I think it was the fall sale of last year, of 2021. It might have been this one. And another one was gifted to me by one of my Instagram friends when I purchased some Aerocarpus from him, and he gifted it to me. Really funny plant. Let's see. So these Euphorbia you've seen before in my Euphorbia flower video. This one I bought from Puerto Rico Plants a while back, and it was this big when I got it, and it grew that massive head on top of it since then. It looks like there's another pup or something growing out of it. I wonder if this is pure Obesa. I'm thinking there might be something else mixed into it. This is my one and only, my first Euphorbia Obesa ever, when I was obsessed with them. This is a girl, has seeded for me many times. Here's another female Obesa that I purchased this year from Planta Seca. Also collected seed off of her. This is my boy Euphorbia, also from Planta Seca. Over here I have a Euphorbia STELLISPINA. This one I got from Plants for the Southwest from in Tucson. It's been doing quite well. It was much smaller when I first got it. I do find Euphorbia to grow a little faster than cactus do, so it makes them all the more fun. Next to that I have a Euphorbia FRUTICOSA, which I got at one of the plant sales from Boyce Thompson Arboretum. I don't remember which sale it was. It's been doing fine. It actually has red flowers, surprisingly. Over here I have a Euphorbia MELOFORMIS, which I got from Box Nursery in Tucson. I really love how it has those stripes on them. Isn't that striking? When it gets enough light, kind of like now, those stripes are like really become defined. Very beautiful. You can see those stalks coming off of it at the top, almost like little twigs. Those are its flower branches. I don't know if you can see from the angle. There's a pup growing off the body too. Over here I have a Euphorbia, some sort of hybrid. I got this from an Instagram friend as well. He invited me over to tour his garden, which he has some incredible plant specimens, and he gifted this to me. Very generous of him. It's been doing well. And let's see, what other I've got one more Euphorbia down here. This is a Euphorbia MILII, which I purchased from Home Depot. MILII is really interesting. I don't even know if they're considered flowers or not. I think they may not actually be flowers. Too bad I don't have an example to show you here. If I have a picture of it, I'll put a picture of it up so you can see what the flowers look like. But these are quite popular because of those flower-looking, very colorful flower-looking structures. Some dried ones up here. This one's also quite easy. All the Euphorbia for me, I don't really fuss with them very much. Just sort of leave them alone, and then when I feel like they may be thirsty, I give them some water. I find that these leafy ones tend to be able to take more water, or tend to like more water. So that's all I have for Euphorbia on this shelf. I have one more set of Euphorbia over here. See, I've got quite a bit of a mess here because it was really windy about 2 nights ago, and my screen here blew open and knocked things over, but plants are fine. It's just annoying for me to have to clean it up. But I have a few more Euphorbia here. So these two are some sort of hybrid. I have no idea what's in it. Maybe some Obesas in it. Not quite sure. I bought these off of I think it's called Old West Cactus Farm or Old Cactus Farm up in North Phoenix. I'll put the information so you know who they are. But they had two of these. I bought them when I was still really early on in the hobby. I couldn't pick between the two of them, so I took both of them home. And you can see they pup. And I think these are both female plants. Actually, my first Euphorbia seedlings were from these mother plants. Next to that, I have a Tanzania zipper plant, or Euphorbia ANOPLIA, I think it's called. This one I got from either Lowe's or Home Depot. And I found that these guys are all over here on this side of the pergola because this side seems to get more light. These ones all seem to like a lot of light. And how I knew was because you can see here it was becoming etiolated in the middle at some point. So I put it over here, and then you can see that the top of the head has filled out again. They just seem to like a lot of light. But you can see, I have a picture of what it looked like when I first got it, so maybe I'll put it next to it over here so you can see what it looked like. It's grown a lot and has grown a lot of heads. I apologize about my neighbor's dog. He or she wants to join in on the conversation. So over here I have an unidentified Euphorbia. This one was from IKEA. Actually, I was there with my mom, and out of all the plants that they had in stock that day, this was the one that caught my mom's eye. So I took it home, and it has grown quite a bit since I got it. You can kind of see where there's a mark where the wax, there's like a mark of where the wax ends and the new growth begins, and so you can kind of see it's grown quite a bit. I've had this probably for a little less than a year, I would say. Over here I have a couple of medusoid type of Euphorbia in my little plant family. This was the first one that I got from Arid Lands, which is a nursery in Tucson. It's a Euphorbia gorgonis. Very interesting looking plant. I don't know what to say about it. It's just weird, and it likes to flower. Hopefully it's doing okay. I see some brown spots on it. And then behind it, I have another medusoid that I bought from the Desert Botanical Garden fall plant sale, so last year, 10 months ago or so. And it came with two plants like this, and I just left it that way. I had picked off a bunch of the dead arms, but you can see there are new dead arms now developing. How strange. I don't know what the ID is on these Euphorbia, but they are so strange and so alien and so beautiful at the same time. Yeah, so that's a quick video on the Euphorbia that I have in my plant family. And hope y'all are having a great day. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.